came up with a few questions that we thought you guys might have for us about our experience with the DOE Kayaking expedition, so here are our answers.
Hello, so me and my DOE group got back from our expedition for about a week now. I chose to do kayaking because I wanted to try something new and that was different from trekking. So me and my group wanted to expand our experiences, so we all chose kayaking.
I overall really enjoyed the bronze experience and kayaking in PE. There's always a group of people that decides not to continue with silver DOE because they are worried about not having enough time to revise for the upcoming year 11. And obviously IGCSE is also very important. But to be honest, if you're well at organizing your time, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to manage both this and IGCSE as well. And plus, you still have plenty of time to revise from now till April next year. So that's a lot of time. Just start revising now, keep up with your notes, and that's my best advice.
Why did I choose to do DOE Kayaking? I chose to do DOE Kayaking because in the past, I've done trekking and I've also cycled actively. I felt that I needed a challenge, something that would push me to my limits and give me a new experience. I felt that if I had done kayaking, I could also truly say that I've done quite a lot of things when I reflect back on my time in school. It will give me something memorable to remember in the future.
Personally, I chose to do silver kayaking because I saw that everyone was just doing trekking, and that's just like something that we usually do every time anyways. In most residentials, as you probably know, we usually trek into the forest and we don't usually do kayaking or anything other than that. Like for example, in year 6, I went trekking. Year 7, year 89, we also went trekking each year, and also year 10 went trekking.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be easy, but I regretted that it wasn't that easy. It was really hard. Well, the practice trip at Koh Samet was harder than the one compared to Koh Chang, which I did significantly better on.
I chose silver kayaking because I wanted to try something new. Because in bronze it was just trekking and like the teacher's like, okay, so it's just trekking, you know? But like in silver, it's like you can do trekking, you can do kayaking, you can do cycling, and I'm like, that's so cool. Like we get to choose. Another reason is because of the aesthetic. I just like the ocean aesthetic. I know that sounds weird, but like I like aesthetic stuff. I like the beach, I like the ocean, I like the water, and it's just nice. Like I just like the aesthetic. Okay.
My favorite moments, even though it can be limited, is when every time that we got back to shore. When we got back to shore, it's visible to everyone that we really enjoyed it. We felt that way because throughout the day, we had a proud sense of achievement. Throughout the day, we felt that it was really hard, but at the end, it feels like the worst is over. It also motivates you to continue on, and for you to think that we've already done one day. What is stopping us from doing another? Another of my favorite moments is during the cooking. The meals that we have planned are both tasty and nutritious for us, and it gives us them to enjoy together. We all enjoyed cooking, and we all enjoyed eating the food together, just like any other person. I feel that this way because with your friends around you, it's hard to feel down. Motivation, the jokes, and the conversation you have with your friends really is good enough to keep you going.
Oh, my one was when we are kayaking, when we get breaks, pretty much. Like, you know, when we stop and take a break, that's the most enjoyable part because you get to swim in the ocean, you enjoy like conversation with your group, and you know, socialize. And there's also a beautiful view as well.
My favorite moment is when we kayaked to the first island and we had lunch by the beach, and there was no one on the beach because it was a stranded island, and there were fish swimming in the sea and the water was really clear and it was amazing.
My favorite part of the journey, just being together and just socializing without technology, without my phone, without my laptop, just with anything. For me, it just feels a lot better just socializing and being able to spend time with your friends without the use of your phones, and it makes it more worthwhile.
My favorite moment of the journey had to be day 1. I think it was called Bloom or something, and it was so beautiful. Like it was probably one of like the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen, like no jokes. And it was just like the water was clear and it was like turquoise, and it's like we're like so beautiful and aesthetic and amazing, and it was so nice. Like when we were like kayaking, I was like, oh, the ocean's really blue, and then when we get near the beach part, it was like clear, and it was like, oh, okay.
I like how our group cooks together as a six. We made Japanese curry, French toast, joke, and pesto pasta. I also enjoyed when we were singing on the bus and having late night conversations in our tent. It was very rewarding just to see the stars slowly vanishing and seeing the sun rise in the morning. Whilst I was sleeping, I could almost hear the sound of the waves crashing into the shore, and it's very calm and relaxing for me.
I prepared for the kayaking trip by rereading the kit list 4 or 5 times and checking it over and over again. And this time I brought a lot of food because on the practice expedition we didn't have enough food, so we ate all our snacks instead of the meals we should be cooking because our group didn't communicate really well, so we forgot to bring some stuff. And that is something we've learned as well.
The planning beforehand is always key. The thing that you should prepare for is to prepare for insects. There are many insects and mosquitoes that will come out at night, and especially in places without electricity, mosquitoes are very prevalent. So to prevent this, you should bring insect repellent, because insect repellent will stop them from biting you. But when they do bite you, you also have to remember not to scratch, because when you go in a kayak, it will be very uncomfortable if you had open wounds sitting in the kayak.
Of course, you should prepare it by obviously going through the checklist and all the other things that you would require, like medicine, if you have health problems and stuff. You should also try to pack as light as possible, and so you can fit your dry bags in your kayak pretty much.
I had to exercise in preparation for the real expedition, because in the practice expedition, like, everyone pretty much identified that I was pretty weak, and I am. It's kind of sad because basically what I'm trying to say is I'm not strong. Yeah, so I had to like increase my stamina, I guess, because a lot of the power in kayaking comes from your arms, obviously, and like, you need arm power to like kayak. Why? Okay, don't kayak like this. Like, what am I doing? Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Yeah, so I had to like do like push-ups, like I tried, but yeah, just like try your best to like, exercise before. Please put on sunscreen. Please put on sunscreen and bring after sun cream. I am not kidding you. Your hands or something are gonna burn, and especially if you're burned easily. I burn easily, and my hand from the Costa-Met trip was not pretty.
In Silver, we go out kayaking a bit later, around 8, so we don't have to rush too much in the morning. We also arrive at camp a bit earlier, I guess, and so we have time to just chill and walk around by the beach, and it's very nice. To keep our stuff, we use a dry bag instead of a rucksack.
I learned from the trip that teamwork is very valuable. It is very important that you guys stick together and work together. By working together, the trip will go much more smoothly, and it will be just easier for everyone in your group.
We've learned communicating and taking responsibilities. Because during the trip, we forgot to communicate and we weren't really responsible for the things we were taking care of. As a result, we lost our compass, and we have learned not to do that again. And we have learned to communicate better with each other, which is really important in life and outside of school.
We had not just learned essential skills such as kayaking, how to kayak and how to do it efficiently. We also learned how to cook. We learned how to cook beforehand because we had planned our meals and we had to try them out first. Trying your meals beforehand really gives you a sense of confidence that it will work when you actually go to DOE. The cooking also taught us new skills that we probably would not have learned without DOE. Not just skills, but we also feel that we improved the chemistry in our group and we improved ourselves as people.
Really, I think bronze hiking was easier than silver kayaking, obviously, because the navigation is kind of different. You have to get you have to be perceptive about your surroundings, and you have to get your directions as accurate as possible because you're pretty much in open sea and you can easily, well, you can't easily get lost, but like, you know, it'll take more time if you, like, for example, going like in a different direction as in bronze hike, and you're also in open sea as well, so there's no like direct pathway, as in compared to bronze hiking there's usually some kind of pathway leading you somewhere, which is pretty much easier because you, like, you know, you're at least like, you know where you're going pretty much, compared to kayaking where you have to get your directions correct.
How is silver like compared to bronze? Oh my god, that question. Oh, okay. It is different. Like, it's different. First difference is definitely 100% more commitment. Like, so much more commitment for bronze. You had to choose a major, so the other two were like 13 hours and one was like 26 hours. In silver, they're all 26 hours, so a lot more commitment. For kayaking, you have to come. We have to go to the swimming pool and practice our kayaking skills, and map skills and stuff. A lot more challenges.
I did not do bronze. I am a direct silver participant. As you know, in bronze, you would need to do 13 hours in each category, except for your major, which you do for 26 hours. If you did do bronze, you will only do 26 hours for every section: skill, service, and physical recreation. However, if you did do direct silver like me, you would have to have a major. And for your major, you would have to complete 52 hours of just any category. So for silver, I had to really do it every week for the whole year, because if I didn't do it, I would not have, because you only have around 1 year time to complete your section and your ORB.
I think you should do kayaking because it's something really new, as I said, and it's really different from trekking, and the beach is really beautiful. And this trip is something I'll remember for the rest of my life. Even all the small details such as the fish swimming in the sea, and I had really good times with my friends, and we were stargazing, and we had really good Trangier food. Yeah, and I think it's a really good trip that is really worth going, and I recommend you guys to all take the trip, even if it be kayaking or if you want trekking. But yeah, it's a really good trip.
Views are very promising, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a great time with your friends. It's fine if you don't like hiking too much. There's also 2 other options, hiking and cycling, and I just encourage you guys to continue and do silver.
So why should you do silver kayaking? As I stated before, it's hard. Okay, it's hard unless you're physically fit and mentally stable. Like, you can handle like the tough situation. Yeah. However, it may be hard, but honestly, in my opinion, it was actually fun. With my group, at least, it was like really fun. It was fun.
Kayaking is really special because, unlike trekking and cycling for me, you don't have a trail or you're just surrounded by forests. Kayaking, you're at sea, and you have to, for me, it feels much more of a bigger achievement because you can actually see how far you have traveled from island to island and from island to mainland and just across the mainland, because each day you need to complete around 5 hours to 6 hours of kayaking. Silver kayaking is really worthwhile, so if you do get the chance to do silver DOE, I would really recommend you doing silver kayaking. I really enjoyed the trip, and again, I highly recommend you guys doing silver kayaking.
You should do kayaking if you enjoy kayaking. 100% honest here. If you enjoy it, do it. Like, I will support it. I sound like your mom. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, if you do it, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you like it. Thank you so much, y'all, watching this video. I hope you guys choose the right pathway.
Why should you do DOE Kayaking? DOE Kayaking will no doubt be a challenge, but that is why you do DOE. You would do DOE just not because of something easy, but something that'll push you, something that'll make you better. DOE Kayaking is certainly new to most of my group, and me alike, but that's the main reason why we chose it. We chose it because that poses a challenge, something that'll push us all. We also knew that in such a safe environment, it should be a good way to try something new. Best of luck in DOE Kayaking.